Today, I am behind the wheel of something that I have been extremely excited to drive, the brand new 2017 Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio. So, this car has been coming for a while. I believe it was released a couple years ago, maybe 2015, and finally is available now. A friend of mine took delivery of this vehicle and offered it to me to drive, and I've been really looking forward to testing it out because if you've wanted a luxury performance sedan, smaller sized, you're pretty much down to either the BMW M3 or the Mercedes C63. So now the latest iterations of those cars are the F80 M3 and the C63S AMG, which are both really cool cars. I've been in both of those. I've driven the brand new M3 competition pack. This is different. This is Italian. Entirely different type of vehicle. It's sourcing a Ferrari-derived 2.9-liter twin-turbo V6, which they claim is only derived, but if you do all the math and look into it, it pretty much is a California T or the 488 motor with 2 cylinders chopped off there. In the Giulia Quadrifoglio, it makes 505 horsepower, which is quite a lot. 8-speed automatic is the only transmission available, which is kind of irksome because when they first launched a vehicle, they said it was only going to be available with a 6-speed manual. It's like, awesome, sweet, manual transmission is still a possibility. But later on they announced, never mind, it's gone away, 8-speed automatic. It's actually a pretty good transmission. Something I really like about it, which is related to the transmission, is these paddles, these massive shift paddles. They're fixed, they don't rotate with the steering wheel, and they're made of like aluminum, so you feel the nice quality cold metal, and you get some pretty fast downshifts too. From a design standpoint, if we talk exterior, the Giulia looks very, very unique. It's completely different from the BMW and Audi and Mercedes styling, which has become kind of almost predictable. All their model lineup is looking very similar. This stands out. I love it when it comes in this red, pink color, this dark red. I think this is what they actually launched the vehicle in. Lots of carbon fiber bits. The front, not my favorite part of the vehicle. The rear, oh my God, I love it. It looks so aggressive. That diffuser on the Quadrifoglio is huge. Love the slightly angled. They're not quite stacked like in a RCF or like the old Californias, Ferraris, but they're slightly angled with the exhaust tips. Nice little splitter and diffuser on the front. Splitter is carbon. It's actually apparently active. It'll move. The overall design of this vehicle is just much more unique and eye-catching. Earlier today, we're out filming it, had a lot of people, actually a couple people go, oh my God, what car is that? I'm like, Alfa Romeo. They're like, holy crap, it's beautiful. That's part of the appeal of this car. It's the styling, the emotion of the Italian vehicle. From an interior perspective, it's more on the basic side. It's kind of refreshing to get in a car that's completely different from the BMW M3 and the Mercedes, which by all accounts, those have evolved to a new level of refinement and luxury. The new C63S AMG, beautiful interior. This one is much more Spartan and basic. One key thing that I really like that if you're getting one of these, you definitely need to opt for is the carbon, like the race wheel. Looks beautiful. It's got the carbon fiber trim on it. The start button's right there in red. Got the cool Alfa logo right in the middle. It feels the perfect size, nice suede where you're touching and a combination. I mean, just this steering wheel actually is my favorite part of this entire interior. The center cluster is basic. I mean, just light up with the numbers. There's a screen in the middle. The center infotainment screen, I'm actually kind of surprised that they didn't use the Chrysler Uconnect because it's a Chrysler. They instead went to sort of like a weird kind of BMW iDrive looking thing. It's got like the similar type of spinny knob that you'll find in pretty much any infotainment system now. They kind of went for a BMW type of shifter too, where you like hold the button and you pull it back for drive and forward for reverse. Don't think it's executed quite as well. Got some nice carbon fiber trim, Harman Kardon sound system with option as the upgrade. Nice stitching. It does not have the sports seats, the Sparco carbon like race seats. Owner of this vehicle plans on daily driving, and he has been daily driving it since he's bought the vehicle. So those are a bit too extreme. These are still very supportive, well bolstered, not too aggressive, comfortable, because this car does ride pretty harsh. I'm in full-out race mode now, but I've turned the suspension off. It has adaptive suspension. You put it in, and it rides pretty dang harsh. But space-wise, the front is great. Visibility is great. In the back, it's on par with something like a 3 Series or a C-Class. That's quick. As you can just see, the upshifts, downshifts, Pulling these paddles, oh my god, it's an amazing feeling, but despite being 8-speed automatic, it is pulling off really fast shifts. This thing pulls hard. 505 horsepower, rear-wheel drive only. That was exciting. I don't think it was as visceral as something like the M3. That felt actually very composed. That was just flooring it, and it wasn't like spinning for traction or anything. It very effectively put the power down, unlike an M3, which will start to slide around. Same to AMG, you're a lot more tail happy. The sound of this thing, once you get close to red line on downshifts, holy crap, it sounds good. And it sounds like a good, very natural, real sound to it. It doesn't have something like the fake electronic amplification like the BMWs have now. The steering is extremely direct. This thing, again, I am not on a racetrack, but I imagine it would be a ton of fun around a racetrack. Love the way this thing handles. The one thing is, the gripe is the brake pedal. The owner, Mobeen, told me immediately, like, I noticed the brake pedal not being that great. And yeah, it's kind of numb. You just kind of apply braking and it just, there's not much feedback. I don't think I would like that on a track, even just regular performance, like little slightly spirited driving here. Not a huge fan of this brake feel. If we talk about value, so this is a brand new vehicle. There really aren't that many of them even available. If you wanted to buy one, I believe the owner of this one had to wait almost 3 months before his was delivered. You can't just get your hands on one of them. It's the better part of $80,000, which is, that's not a cheap vehicle. That is quite expensive. But that's right about on par with how much something like a M3 or a C63S would cost. You're getting 505 horsepower, a really good 8-speed automatic. I love these paddles. You're getting the Alfa Romeo name. It's exotic. It's rare. I think one of the biggest appeals of this vehicle is the fact that it's kind of a unicorn. A lot of people don't know about it. They don't know what the Alfa badge is. They don't know what kind of car this is. And it clearly looks really cool. I mean, just look at the wheels and all the carbon bits and everything. It's a very, very sexy looking vehicle. And I mean, it's no slouch in the performance department either. So I feel this is worth that $80,000. The big caveat is, what's the reliability going to be like? It's an Italian car, and they have a reputation for a reason. Who knows if it'll be reliable down the road compared to the German cars. We shall see with that. Also, depreciation, no idea what that's going to be like. But from initial, I mean, spending time with it now, I like it just as much as I like the M3. It's just because it's so different. No, the interior is not quite as technologically advanced or fancy or luxurious as some of the German rivals. It's more Spartan, functional. I love the steering wheel setup here. It looks really cool. I think the styling of this one is more interesting to me than the German rivals. How much I desire it? I'm going to give this thing a 90. I really, really do like it. Maybe if I spent more time with it, I'd probably, I think, fall in love with it even more. Or I discover more little issues with the car. Who knows? Right now, it's giving me a service adaptive headlamp system error warning message, and it's got 1,500 miles on it. So, yeah, Italian reliability. But unique. You can't get past that factor. I know tons of people with M3s. AMGs are pretty common. This is the first, I've only ever seen one privately owned Quadrifoglio on the street. I don't think I've seen maybe 1 or 2 regular Giulias. Definitely new to the marketplace. Overall, really excited to get to experience this vehicle. Hopefully going to make more videos with it in the future. Let me know what you guys think about this. What would you take? Would you want to buy a Giulia Quadrifoglio? Would you go for the M3 Compact, C63, or maybe a Lexus ISF or whatever the current one is right now? Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.